guys, so today I am going to be doing a video that I haven't done in a very long time, and that is a Cocoa conversation video. Today I have my Nightmare Before Christmas mug. So I stopped doing these for quite a while because I just didn't think people were really enjoying it, but I know that there were like 2 or 3 people out there that actually did really like them, so I thought I would try doing them again. Today I actually have like a specific topic that I want to talk about. I want to call this like a discussion, but it's more like I want to ask you guys if you guys have ever experienced something like this before. So I don't know exactly what I have titled this video yet, but it's probably something along the lines of how Booktube has ruined the way that I read books. So when I first started reading YA, and even when I first started my Booktube channel, when I was reading books like Twilight and the Hunger Games and Divergent and stuff like that, and The Selection, I pretty much enjoyed every book that I read, and even the books that I didn't particularly like, there was always something in them that made me keep reading, and I almost never DNF'd a book. However, I have found recently that I have been disliking more and more of the books that I read. I would say I've DNF'd more books in the past 2 or 3 months than I have in my whole life. That is so unlike me, because usually I'm able to find, as I said, find something that makes me want to keep reading and carry on. Even carry on with the series. Like, you guys know, when I first started Booktube, I read the Miss Peregrine series, and I didn't like the first book. I hated the second book, no offense, Ransom Riggs, but I still read the third book. I read the whole series, even though I didn't like it from the beginning. So the fact that I've been disliking so many books that I read and DNFing so many of them is really, like, strange to me. And it wasn't until I watched somebody else's video that I think I kind of realized what has started to happen. So there's a channel that I watch called Possessed by Horror. It's run by this girl called Sarah, and she reviews horror movies, and she posted a video about why she doesn't watch horror as much as she used to, and there was like different parts of the video explaining why, and it wasn't all for this reason, but one of the things that she said was that it's kind of hard, and maybe I'm not remembering this properly, so I don't want to like misquote what she said, but it was something along the lines of how it's getting more difficult for her to watch a horror movie just for fun without having that mindset of reviewing it and analyzing it and being really technical with it. Like, what about this movie could be better? How can I pick apart this horror movie? And then I was like, oh my gosh, I'm doing the same thing with my books. I'm finding it progressively more difficult as I've been reviewing books. I'm finding it more and more difficult for me to read books and just enjoy them rather than to constantly like nitpick everything, like the writing and the pacing and the character flaws and all that kind of stuff. And you guys know that I used to say in some of my reviews, maybe you guys don't know, you probably don't pay that much attention to what I'm saying. It's like, for instance, the Selection series, I gave the first 3 books 5 out of 5 stars, and I've always said that I rate my books based off of the entertainment level and how much I enjoyed them. So Selection series was very entertaining, so I gave them all 5 out of 5 stars. But I always say, like, technically, if I was to give it a technical rating, I would probably give it more of like a 2 stars. And I've mentioned that quite a few times in book videos where I'd give it my actual rating and then like a technical rating. But lately I've been finding it harder and harder to kind of like distance myself from that technical rating. Like, even when I'm reading a book, if there's something off about the writing or the characters, that never used to affect the entertainment or the joy out of it, but now it has, and that's something that will like bother me. If there's something off about the writing or the plot, that will bother me throughout the whole thing, and it will affect my enjoyment on it, and that never used to be. So I just want to know in the comments, if we have a little discussion, if this has ever happened to you guys where you found, if you were making booktube videos and you're reviewing books, or if you had a book blog or anything where you're reviewing books or reviewing anything, even if you're a movie reviewer, if you found it harder and harder to kind of go into the mindset watching or reading something without thinking about how you can analyze it and pick it apart. And I'm not trying to say that there hasn't been any book that I haven't really liked. Like, there have been a couple of 4 or 5 star reads in the past few months, but I've just found them harder and harder to come across. And even in those 4 or 5 star reads, like books that I gave 4 stars, I probably would have given 5 stars if I wasn't reading the book so technically and critically. So yeah, I just wanted to know if anyone else out there has been experiencing this, because it's been kind of frustrating. Every time I start a book, I'm just thinking, am I gonna like this book? Is it gonna have bad writing or something that's gonna make me pick it apart and not enjoy it, even if it has these other amazing elements to it. So yeah, I feel like this video was kind of all over the place. I didn't really compile my thoughts before I turned on the camera, but I just wanted to know what you guys thought of this and if it's ever happened to any of you guys, which I'm sure it has. So yeah, let me know in the comments. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I hope you did, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!